Roll a d20 and pray it doesn't land on nat 1, I guess. What are you gonna do if you're shopping and someone comes up to you and they begin manifesting demons? People get way too bored on Facebook. I'm helping to create a Dahmer memorial for his fans in a location. The location will be revealed when it's in place. My boyfriend works at a company that makes sculptures and is volunteering time to help design and create it. It will honor both victims and Dahmer, as his parents lost their son, too. No thanks, bye. Betty and Barney Hill incident. Alright, hold on a second here. On the night of September 19 through the 20th? I don't know why that's written kind of weird. 1961, Portsmouth, New Hampshire couple Betty and Barney Hill experienced a close encounter with an unidentified flying object and 2 hours of lost time while driving south on Route 3 near Lincoln. They filed an official Air Force Project Blue Book report of a brightly lit cigar-shaped craft the next day, but were not public with their story until it was leaked in the Boston Traveler in 1965. This was the first widely reported UFO abduction in the United States. Interesting. The last couple times I went there, it had gotten worse as far as quality of steaks, but they have a good variety menu and it's our 30th anniversary, so decided to give it a try. Not sure how the food is now because they wouldn't even seat us because men are not allowed to wear tank tops, of course not. As they were telling me this, a woman wearing a mini skirt with butt cheeks exposed walked by and I saw several women wearing string-type tank tops, but not men. I guess if I was a libtard, I could have said I identify as some feminine pronouns and maybe that would have worked? Lol. Seriously, it was 96 degrees outside according to my wife's car when we were there. It's July 6th in Georgia. Oh no, they lost a very important customer. I will not let you down, no matter what it takes. Hope you don't. Are you going to be able to keep communications going when the government fakes the grid going down? We're in for the dark times as we know it. The all-powerful Oz that is our government will do whatever it takes to keep control. Reality is that Elon can make a difference if he really wants to. Sure, billionaires do have the ability to make a difference if they want to. The trouble with Elon Musk is that he doesn't want to. He doesn't care about you, he doesn't care about us, and he's going to make sure we all die. Bet you don't get invited to parties anymore. At the airport grabbing some food before the flight. All I hear is people saying, "It's Friday," and ordering alcohol. The muggle world seems so foreign to me. My weekend is getting busier and I love it. No alcohol needed. Also quit coffee. Didn't ask. How much is ExxonMobil paying this guy? Renewable energy is just unreliable energy. Well, they're not paying him enough. That's pretty unimaginative. Woman wonders why no one else seems excited by her food posts. Delicious cooked burger with yummy carnivore gravy poured over the top. I have to laugh because these groups are the only groups that you post food that you're cooking or eating and everybody seems excited. If we did this on our regular Facebook wall, people would think we were nuts. No one cares about your food. Wild animals aren't great pets. Anybody want a pet baby mouse for their kids? I just caught the most adorable one and I don't know what to do with him. Let it go? I'm trying to get land approved for temporary pod houses because over 1,000 people in my town are homeless after a natural disaster. Idiot thinks the community-led effort to house people is the Great Reset. Pod homes, like the ones proposed in the Great Reset. It's almost like they've planned all of this. Take the land from the people, farmland included, and turn it all into green zones. No people zones. Oh, here we go. Yeah, being environmentally conscious is evil. Remember that, folks. Taking care of the only planet we have is stupid and dumb, and it's an attempt to murder people. Sir David Attenborough voice. The American Joe Rogan fan displays his high intelligence and understanding with his social media posts. Any Joe Rogan fans out there? Heard he's heading to London just in time to a liberal prime minister who just resigned. Okay, I don't care what that douche is doing. Don't talk about your garden because some people don't have gardens, I guess? My husband and I wake up every morning and bring our coffee to our garden and sit and talk for hours. Every morning. It never gets old and we never run out of things to talk about. I love him so much. Here's my take. Lovely intention, but when I read it, I felt cringe as well. Not because she's living her best life with her love, but unintentionally coming off to the rightfully bitter people who A, don't have gardens, which can be extremely therapeutic, and 2, would also, yeah, we don't give a shit. No one asked for your take. Off. What does woke have to do with this? A silverback gorilla sees a little girl banging her chest, so he charges her. Never too early for little girls to know that nature doesn't know woke and it keeps things real. I do have to say, I think that the word woke is probably, unironically, unabashedly, the dumbest, most cringeworthy f***ing word that has ever come out of any language in human fucking history. I use it so ironically all the time. Like, when I watched Lightyear for the 4th time, I couldn't believe how woke it was. Can't believe they wokeified Buzz Lightyear. MSN comments are a goldmine in the UK. There are people who can talk with authority on any subject, but it's proven they're not right as often as experts. One prime minister goes, new one comes. What's the difference? What's the evidence a new prime minister or politician has made any difference in the last 70 years? Are we today where promised? What? Winston Churchill, Anthony... I don't know who any of those people are, okay? Your comment has been rejected. No, it hasn't. I'm reading it, moron. The level of ignorance on display here is remarkable. They have not found one virus that can create an immunity to an essential oil. What? Found on a food review video. $9 for a single patty Whopper? That's insane. Bad inflation at work, let's go, Brandon. App coupon with free fries, $6. It's that anti-woke, anti-libtard bad inflation coupon. Hell yeah. Should we just replace our entire body? Question, survey of interesting, weird situation. Open to male and female perspectives. Post your thoughts. Is it reasonable to ask someone you're becoming serious in a relationship with to get rid of their bed due to past unknown relationships? No, that's not reasonable at all. It seems like a hill you're gonna ruin your relationship on, so have a good one, I guess. D&D lead rules designer. Devils don't have to be evil anymore. A Wizards of the Coast D&D studio blog says future D&D books will allow all creatures to have any alignment, including devils. What's with this leftist erasing definitions and blurring lines between everything? Gender? Culture? Now morality? Oh, you're just making shit up. You're just extrapolating information that's literally not f***ing there, but you do you, Anon. To the other countries of the world. To the other countries of the world, I say screw you all. You bitch were fighting overseas. Then Trump says he's done donating our service people's lives. Now you sick mothers say this. Okay, bye. Men, never allow your woman to call you baby or bae. She either calls you by your name or daddy. She is your firstborn daughter, not your mother? Excuse me? We talked about this on Masculinity Saturday in 2019 and 2020. The most accurate version should be sir or my lord. That is what we find in the Bible, but I agree your wife is your firstborn daughter. What the f*** does that mean? I need someone to tell me right the f*** now what that means, and I apologize to the poor editor who has to censor all my nasty words this time around, but what in the dude, what are you talking about? Ah, the good old egg in a sock trick. The what? Excuse me? Hold on. The good old egg in a sock trick. Egg sock teething hack. My baby boy quit sleeping a few weeks ago, screaming every hour or so. We ordered different sleep sacks, tried different bath supplements, figured it was a growth spurt, lost our minds for a bit. I asked Axel to hang up an egg sock just in case it was his teeth. Bub slept all night and has slept since. About 4 nights ago, we started doing this again, but he's on solids now, so I thought maybe with his growing appetite he wasn't staying full. Last night, I had Axel change the egg out while I gave the baby a bath and got him ready for bed. He slept all night 8 to 6. Eggs absorb up to 7 times their weight in carbon dioxide. CO2 creates pressure on the gums. If you lessen the CO2, you lessen the pressure. So if you're reading this and your baby's up all night with sore gums, give it a try. It's always worked for us. Edit to add. I took a cold egg straight from the refrigerator and put it in the sock. No cooking. Make sure there's no cracks or anything so that it won't stink. I've never done it with a farm egg, but you could try. Oh my god, I don't trust any human being alive anymore. It's Instagram, but it's still insane. Bro, if you connect the dots, it's very simple. The devil is behind all this and wants the world to be gay. So he promised people that he will give them whatever they want in this world, but in return, they have to promote this gay shit. All famous celebrities, football clubs, and players have sold their souls. Why they make it to the top. You sound bitter. An old college acquaintance does this shit day in and day out, even though nobody ever responds. All right, let's see. My mom said we shouldn't get a mistletoe this year. Then she said we couldn't afford one. Then she bought me a banana split. Can we get some accountability here? I'm donating my sperm to the sperm bank unless someone has a better idea. In Europe, it is not uncommon for the whites to mooch the popcorn at Steven Spielberg productions. What? What does that mean? You're in a cult if you don't believe my RFK Jr. documentary. So for those who are too cowardly to watch the film before dismissing it as propaganda, I wonder why they're doing that, you don't have the courage or intellectual honesty to even watch the documentary before dismissing it because you're so brainwashed and controlled. So, you have no idea how many scientists are in the film, who they are, what their credentials are, and what's wrong with their argument based on the science. Because you're a cult member and have only one authority for all truth, and one who challenges it is a heretic no matter what, okay? So watch a list of the scientists in this film, their credentials, what is wrong with the facts and opinions they present, and your sources disputing them. Then at least you can No, I'm sorry, whatever, bye. What does this even mean? Science and the state must be separate. I don't know. They're mad that church and state should be separate, so they think science and the state must be separate as though it's some kind of dunk on the leftist libtard morons. I don't know, man. Martha Stewart is a lizard person. Martha Stewart's 81 and she's 81? Stem cells are real. She's a fetus-eating, cult island traveling Bill Clinton-ass lizard person. A Bill Clinton-ass lizard person. Is she really 81? Yes, video games and movies are what has caused a decline in people driving stick shift. No stick shift vehicles, let's see. This is what has become of the video game playing Disney and Disney Marvel watchers as they have grown up. Hard to function in the real world when you have lived in a fantasy one your entire life. Someone's pissed off that automatics are safer and more efficient across the board these days. I mean, it depends on where you are, obviously. I mean, I couldn't find a brand new manual car if I frickin' tried, okay? Over here in the US, what is it, 10% of cars to 20% of cars are or have manual options? Like new cars? Look, if you care that much, and again, I've said this before, I understand that once you get used to it, it's kind of fun, and driving an automatic is more boring, but you really gotta just grow the f*** up. A manual car doesn't make a f***ing difference, man. Just chill the f*** out. You know they're not gonna be around forever, and you know in 20 to 50 years, manual cars will be completely gone in a lot of parts of the world, more than likely, okay? Just calm down. OMG, 100% proof! They use numbers and stuff! How can anyone still deny the Masonic and occult connections of Disney? Whoa, they use tiles and pretty colors! Found in a wilderness educational panel discussion. Stockholm Syndrome to celebrate GMO-modded DNA that makes men more feminine and women grow beards. Because root veggies look exactly the same as they did hundreds of years ago, but they're organically inbred. What in the actual hell are these people talking about? I swear to God. Also, oh no, a more feminine man. No, that's so terrible, awful. Jesus Christ, you wouldn't know the difference. Why bugs should not be eaten. Holy crap. You know those edible bugs you keep hearing about? All bugs are edible, yeah. Well, according to an extremely rigorous study, oh, okay, it looks like you did link it, an entire host of parasites have been found in 81% of insect farms. Also, in 30 to 35% of study farms, these parasites are pathogenic to animals and or humans. So insects are not only disgusting as an idea, but they are, to say the least, a dangerous carrier of disease. This research paper is absolutely stunning and full of stomach-wrenching details. They had this plan when they banned the parasite medicine. Brings to light a whole other motive to ban the use of ivermectin now, doesn't it? We deworm our pets. Why don't we deworm ourselves? Or at least detox our bodies? Do you think that you need deworming right now? Do you think you have worms in your gut? Those big farms could be leading the insects up with okay. A Facebook group wants to wipe out the North Sentinelese tribe. Okay, sorry, that was weird. Storm North Sentinel Island, they can't kill us all official. Oh, they're just trying to cash in on the funny Storm Area 51 thing. It's just dumb. It's over, folks. They put chemistry in the water. Tap water is and dangerous everywhere. I mean, that does happen to be somewhat true. It's full of chemistry, medicines, and antibiotics. Not for that reason. Even that'd be kind of cool. There's a lot of studies you can find online. The water is poisoned. If you really care about it, use a filter. I do believe that in a lot of places you'll probably be better off using a filter, but it's not because the water's full of cocaine and chemistry. Stunning and brave. The discovery changed her life forever. Woman speaks out on the moment she found out her parents and brother and her parents are brother and sister. Okay. Love is love, stunning and brave. Breakfast sucks. Who the hell wakes up and eats breakfast? I know, right? Honestly. The critically acclaimed TV show Teletubbies. Oh no, here we go. Let's see, the first trailer for Netflix's Teletubbies reboot has been released. How did I not see this? Releases on November 14th, that's great. Immediately no. People acting like they're gonna watch this anyway, like, bro, this ain't for your age, who cares about your criticism? Oh, let me guess, this dude didn't like that it was woke now, right? It's woke. The Teletubbies went too wokeified for me. Einstein did not invent anything. He was an ordinary desk clerk. He was a Zionist and brought by the cabal to oppose Nikola Tesla. All his books can be thrown away because they're not written by him. History is a lie. If I'm not mistaken, he was born a woman. Yes, I saw that too. He was a biological woman. No surprise there. Anytime a person's name was drilled into our heads, I know they're a fraud. Where did you see that Einstein was a woman? Einstein was an Illuminati. Man, just everything these days just feels like bait. It does. I mean, I try my best not to get too mad over it because I'm falling for what seems to be a basket of bait on a daily basis now. Men that think not feeding the kids first is wrong have no self-worth and probably fail at leading the household. Huh? Ever think that maybe that's all they can afford to tip? Just be glad a tip was given. It isn't a requirement unless specifically stated somewhere by management that tips are appreciated. Well, okay, but if they're appreciated, they're not required. Some folks are on a limited income and can't afford to be big tippers. If you can't afford the tip, then stay home. I mean, it may not be a requirement for you, but us decent folks have no issue with tipping. It's disgusting that people like you exist. Dude, I don't want to touch this fucking issue with a 412-foot pole, man. I just really don't. I've worked for tips before. I wouldn't want to do it again. I do think it's complete bullshit that if you're a tipped worker, you're not entitled to the state's actual minimum wage that you're in. What is it, in like Idaho, you get like $3 an hour if you work a tipped job? So just remember that when it comes to tipping. Because I don't think any states with, okay, maybe there are a few. I would have to do some actual normal people research in order to figure that out because I don't know it off the type of my head. I can't talk. Here, I need a sip of my energy drink. Hold on. I don't know if there are any states out there that give you the full state minimum wage or city minimum wage and tips. What I have always said, and I thoroughly believe this, is that business owners should be required to pay their staff, the ones that make their business run, the ones without whom the business would immediately that day go under, should be required to pay them a living wage, so they don't have to worry about tips. So the boss doesn't get to stick his hand in and steal some of the tips, like he's owed it for some reason, or she's owed it for some reason. I believe people deserve to be paid enough to live with dignity. It is as simple as that, and that's all there is to it. All I can really say is tipping. That's it. Not saying that you should not tip. Not saying that. I do believe in that just a little bit, but until we get to a better system, okay? Because we gotta get out of this hole. Fresh cat milk for sale. I just milked them this morning. A little bitter because they were strays and were a little scared when I was milking them, so the milk isn't as pure. But tastes good with cereal, or just add some chocolate syrup. $65 per jar because it was a lot of work, so you're paying for the milk, jar, and labor. Price is firm, serious inquiries only, need to make room so I can milk the rest tomorrow. You're a psychopath. You're insane. Straight up. I was driving down the interstate and saw these weird trucks driving extremely slow. Like, get off the road, people. I didn't think too much of it until I saw these guys wearing bulletproof vests and helmets. One of our passengers noticed. She started feeling lightheaded and we Googled it along with these trucks. They're giving off 5G radiations that attempt to alter your thought process and give you the Clover 19. Yeah, this one's just bait. One passenger immediately coughed in the car right after passing the second one. We fear for our life and called the police on them. There was an entire line of them. The police said they'd look out for them and avoid them. Thanks for the help. Do we slow down and stayed behind them until they arrived? A state trooper pulled me over for a false 911 call and ticketed us for tailgating. Is this the country we're living in? Secrecy? What are they doing with these misshaped vehicles? I fear for my life. And now I have to pay Georgia money for being woke. There it is. I never saw my great-grandfather in person, therefore he never existed. By extension, Neither do I. I don't believe there is a Dahmer. I've never seen him in person. This is just so TV can make money. Okay. Coyotes will continue to breed. Coyotes will continue to breed uncontrollable until someone child is killed by a hungry pack, much like the violence in New York City, coming to mass. That actually made literally no sense at all. Congratulations, you've won.
I will use whatever force is necessary to restore order.